news and events COVID-19 on May 26, 2020. Note, this is a collaborative video made between Channel Knowledge About Coronavirus and Travel for All fanpage. Please respectfully welcome everyone. Following is the general news related to the world and events COVID-19 as follows. 1. U.S. News. The United States still leads the world in the number of people infected and killed. In the past 24 hours, the U.S. recorded an additional 18,976 cases of COVID-19, including 472 deaths, bringing the total number of cases to 1,705,412, with 99,772 killed and 462,257 recovering. A top infectious disease expert said it's conceivable the U.S. could have a coronavirus vaccine by December. The New York Stock Exchange opened its floor this morning after months of electronic-only trading. The U.S. has suspended entry for anyone who has been to Brazil in the previous 14 days as the number of cases in the country spike. Republican National Committee sues California to halt vote by mail for November general election. The lawsuit is part of a $20 million effort spearheaded by the RNC to combat Democratic-led expansions of vote by mail across the country. As the U.S. death toll from coronavirus topped 97,000, President Donald Trump was spending his Memorial Day weekend doing what he'd typically do during any other time off during his presidency, golfing and tweeting. From threatening to override states if they didn't permit the reopening of houses of worship to pressuring states to reopen their businesses to restarting presidential travel, Trump's weekend activities mark his latest attempt to return back to his presidential normal as the country continues to reckon with the toll of a global pandemic. 2. Update to the world COVID-19. As of 6 p.m. on May 26, according to Worldometer statistics, the number of COVID-19 infections exceeded 5.5 million. Specifically, in the past 24 hours, the number of global COVID-19 cases increased by 86,920, including 2,999 deaths, bringing the total number of cases worldwide to 5,581,003 cases, including 347,516 people. Deaths and 2,360,742 people recovered. 3. English news. The UK government published data showing that the number of deaths due to COVID-19 in the country has increased by 121 cases, currently 36,914 people out of 261,184 people infected. On May 25, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced that he could reopen non-essential retail stores on June 15 if the COVID-19 pandemic was still under control. This decision will depend on the progress made in the fight against disease. Also, according to Prime Minister Johnson, from June 1, outdoor markets and car galleries may be allowed to reopen if these facilities meet the principles of the COVID-19. British Prime Minister affirmed there are careful steps to be carefully considered on the path towards national reconstruction activities. 4. Italian news. Public opinion poll results, published by the Italian National Statistics Office (ISTAT) on May 25, said that the majority of Italians strongly supported the government blockade order to limit the spread of the epidemic. COVID-19. The poll, conducted between April 5 and 21 at the peak of the epidemic in Italy, found that about 91% of the respondents said travel and labor restrictions were very useful or quite helpful for the prevention of COVID-19. Meanwhile, only 9% commented that these measures were less useful or not at all helpful. Up to 89.5% of the respondents described government directives related to the blockade as clear. On the same day, the Italian Civil Protection Agency confirmed another 300 cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of COVID-19 cases in the country to 230,158, the sixth highest in the world after the US, Russia, and Spain. England and Brazil. Meanwhile, the number of deaths due to COVID-19 in Italy increased by 92 to 32,877 cases, the third highest in the world after the US and UK. 5. Germany news. The German federal government intends to continue extending the social separation measures until July 5 to curb the COVID-19 pandemic. Under the plan, in addition to extending contact restrictions until July 5, the government will also relax some restrictions. Of these, no more than 10 people or members of 2 households can meet in public or in enclosed spaces. In addition to the requirement to keep a minimum distance of 1.5 m and wear mandatory masks in some public places, the government also requires respect for sanitary and epidemiological regulations and to keep distance from private meetings during families in enclosed space. The German government also recommends that such meetings should take place in open spaces, since the risk of infection there will be significantly less. Concerning a plan to cope with the aftermath of the disease, German Federal Minister of Economy Peter Altmaier intends to launch a new bailout package to support medium-sized businesses out of the risk of bankruptcy due to the disease. 6. Chile country news. As of May 25, Chile has become the third largest epidemic region in Latin America after Brazil and Peru. On May 25, Chile confirmed Public Works Minister Alfredo Moreno had tested positive for COVID-19 and was the first member of the government of President Sebastián Pinera to have COVID-19. In addition to Minister Moreno, 4 other members of the Chilean government, including Minister of Finance Ignacio Briones, Chief of Government Office Felipe Ward, Interior Minister Gonzalo Blumel and Minister of Social Development Savati Encicle, had to quarantine themselves later. In close contact with COVID-19 senators. On the same day, the Chilean Ministry of Health announced that the number of new COVID-19 cases in the past 24 hours in the South American country has increased to a record high of 4,895 cases, bringing the total number of COVID-19 cases to 73,997, of which there were 761 deaths, an increase of 43 cases. 7. Vietnam news. In Vietnam, up to 7 hours on May 26, 40 days have not recorded new cases of infection in the community. The current number of cases is 326 people, of which 272 cases have been declared cured. The remaining 54 patients are being treated at health facilities across the country, of which 11 cases have tested negative for COVID-19 from one time or more. 8. African news. According to updated statistics, by the afternoon of May 25, excluding South Africa and Egypt, which are the 2 countries with the highest number of COVID cases in the continent, many other African countries continue to record an increase. New cases were at 3 digits in the last 24 hours, especially Algeria, Ghana, Djibouti, Democratic Republic of Congo. According to the Scientific Supervisory Commission on the Development of the COVID-19 Pandemic, as of May 25, local time, Algeria recorded 197 more cases of COVID-19 and 9 deaths, bringing the total number of COVID infections 19 to 8,503 people, including 609 deaths. In addition, Algeria also confirmed 169 more COVID-19 patients cured, bringing the total number of successful treatment to 1,872 people. On the same day, Sudan also recorded 192 new COVID-19 cases and 19 deaths, bringing the total number of COVID-19 infections to 3,820 people, including 165 deaths. Meanwhile, Djibouti also confirmed 198 new COVID-19 cases and 4 deaths. Ghana reported an additional 125 new cases of COVID-19, but no more deaths were reported, bringing the total number of COVID-19 infections to 6,808 people, including 32 deaths. The Democratic Republic of Congo confirmed 156 new cases of COVID-19 and 4 deaths. 9. Czech Republic news. By the end of May 24, there were 8,932 cases of COVID-19 in the Czech Republic, out of a total of 399,896 tests, of which 315 were fatal and 6,063 were recovered. On 25/5, the Czech Republic began the final phase of its plan to gradually relax the measures against COVID-19. Accordingly, restaurants and cafes serving restaurants, bars and hotels are allowed to operate again. Crowded events are also allowed, provided the number of participants does not exceed 300. In addition, the regulation on mandatory masks is also relaxed. People only have to wear masks in areas with closed spaces like on public transport, inside the store, or when in contact with people. Another at distances of less than 2 meters. Earlier, on May 18, the Czech Republic ended its state of emergency after more than 2 months of nationwide application to contain the infection of the COVID-19 epidemic. However, this Central European national government continues to maintain a number of epidemic prevention measures under the law on protection of citizens' health. 10. Russia news. The government of President Vladimir Putin is having a headache dealing with a pandemic of acute respiratory tract COVID-19. Starting with relatively few COVID-19 cases since the beginning of March, Russia now has more than 353,000 new infections, and the incidence is currently ranked third in the world, behind only the US and Brazil. The rapid increase in the number of infected people has made the Russian medical system quickly overloaded and collapsed. Currently, Russia has more than 400 COVID-19 hotspots related to hospitals, and thousands of health workers have become ill. Russia had 42,000 ventilators when the outbreak began, many times larger than the UK supply, but April 1, concentrated in Moscow. The local health systems are almost forgotten. The spike in infections in Komi, located in the far north, showed just how bad the situation was.
Our newsletter is now over. Thank you for always watching and supporting our videos. Knowledge of Coronavirus, channel and travel for all fanpage respectfully, and see you in the next video.